Well, hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram. This is going to be a powerful Meet the Founders webinar, a live stream, whatever we want to call it. And my name's Chris. I'm from AppSumo, the community team, and we are joined by an incredible founder who's going to be doing a full demo of his product. I won't announce it until the young man beside me gets to share. And we'll be answering your questions. But if we can't get all your questions answered, please go to the NinjaPipe on AppSumo, and we'll be able to answer all of them there. So, without further ado, please introduce yourself and what company are you representing today?
Absolutely. First of all, Chris, thanks for having me here. I'm super excited to get started. My name is Dinuka. I'm from NinjaPipe. I started NinjaPipe like 2.5 years back. And it's been a really good journey. I'm very excited for what's coming and excited for our discussion today. I'm excited to touch on all the points that you have in mind. But yeah, happy to be here.
Awesome. And we declared about 5 minutes ago that Dinuka is head ninja and I'm a ninja today. So
yeah, definitely.
So please just I'd love to, before we go into NinjaPipe, just go into your background and why you started NinjaPipe. Was there a particular problem that you saw in the market that didn't already exist, and what is your expertise?
Got you. Absolutely. So I have been a software engineer for 12 years. And in 2018, I decided to ship an app just for fun to see how it would do. So I launched it on Product Hunt and a couple other places. And I was super thrilled to see that it actually did well. It was on the front page. It actually became the product of the day on Product Hunt, which was cool. But then after that, I went on to ship 7 more apps, and 4 more of them got on the front page. So super grateful for that opportunity. But through that, I actually learned quite a lot about how to ship a product and how to manage customers, how to manage feature requests, constructive criticism, and tough love, and all kinds of stuff. So it's been an amazing journey. But through the years, I've been very observant with the CRM space. I love sales. I'm trying to get into it more, but I've been observing and I noticed a little gap, Chris, and actually 3 gaps to be specific. So the first thing was a lot of CRMs that are out there are kind of built for professionals or people who are experts in the field, but not necessarily welcoming to beginners or people who have no technical background or anything like that. So I needed to build a tool that was user-friendly and that was just welcoming to every person, regardless of their experience with technical stuff or their age. So that was one point that I needed to fix. The second being, I noticed that a lot of CRMs that are out there aren't mobile-friendly, or at least they try to make it web first, which is fine. But there's a lot of businesses that are mobile as well. So I needed to solve that as well. So that's the second point. The third being automations. As we know, automation is a big deal now. Like everything's automated, and there's active pieces, make, integrate. There's so many. But I noticed that automations can be overwhelming and sometimes intimidating to people as well. So I wanted to integrate that in a very user-friendly way, Chris, within NinjaPipe itself. And this kind of gave birth to like a very rough prototype of NinjaPipe like 2.5 years ago, and I coded it on a nice Sunday evening with a cup of coffee. But then after that, I just acquired a few users. They've been giving me a lot of feedback. It is what it is today, and it's growing. There's a long way to go, but I'm excited.
No, that's cool. What you just mentioned was like building it in a weekend, which is exactly like Noah's book, The $1 Million Weekend, is get it shipped within a weekend. And what you've been doing is validated and getting feedback. So that's great. And now you're live on AppSumo, which is only credit to all the work that you've done prior. So congratulations for getting launched. And questions are already coming in, so really excited to get into the demo.
Awesome.
There was one quick question I had.
Sure.
What does NinjaPipe offer
to customers who are currently using CRM sales?
Yeah.
I would say Apart from the 3 points that I mentioned earlier, one of the other things is affordability, and you get a really, really awesome support team. So that's one of the things that I really drill into my team as much as I can. I really want to care about every single user if possible. I know it's going to get progressively harder when we acquire more and more users, but it's a culture that I want to build where essentially if someone needs support, we have to be there. And I think we've done well this launch. I believe at least 8 out of 10 times we've actually been there within 5 to 10 minutes trying to support. And I'm sure people can vouch for this. But because I believe that enterprises, businesses, right? So they depend on a software to do their business. So when they sometimes need technical support or someone to back them up, we got to be there. Or else they might even lose business. So that's something that I'm really conscious about. So that's another thing you're going to get. And the other thing being specifically for AppSumo campaign, any feature that we launch in the future is going to be available for all 3 tiers. Tier 3 specifically will get unlimited for most features, and that's our focus moving forward. So essentially, you're going to get access to all the awesome features that the giants in the industry have, and we're still catching up on. But you're going to get that with a really good support team, and then the user friendliness and all that stuff I mentioned earlier.
What couldn't you love? Yeah, what couldn't you love about NinjaPipe so far? So I think since questions are coming through already, I think if we go into a demo and then we can cover those as we come.
Sounds good.
So thanks for already leaving questions, and if they come up during this demo, please just get them, and we'll try and cover as many of them as possible.
Sure.
Okay, great.
That's good. Would you like me to share my screen?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do this. Chris, feel free to ask any questions as well while I'm doing this. Sometimes I tend to really get too passionate about this, but awesome. So to get started with, Chris, there is a, can you see my screen first of all? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm just making sure that everybody else can. Yep, perfect.
Okay, perfect. So, Chris, we are available pretty much everywhere at this point. We are on web, we are on mobile, we are Android, we have an iOS app, we are on tablets, and soon more places, desktop applications as well. But what you're seeing right now is a dashboard to your CRM. And we wanted to keep this really simple, easy to digest, a little overview of how your business is doing. Obviously, this is customizable, but you see a little overview of your leads that have just come in, the deals you're managing, your active pipelines, your contacts, and your top priorities for the week. You'll see a lot more changes coming in here, Chris, in the next couple of days. We're actually working on a brand new update that makes this even better, just solely based on the feedback Sumo Links gave us. I'll get more deep into it later, but Sumo Links have been amazing at this. Just to get a little deeper into the features, Chris, so we've got Workflow Designer built into NinjaPipe that helps you automate a lot of internal tasks as well as external ones. We've got some PaaS platforms as well. We've got Zapier, we got Pabbly. Soon we're going to have Make integratedly, active pieces, and a couple more. Again, that's something that came out of the Sumo launch, to be honest, because a lot of Sumo links wanted that. So we just got to work, and we're almost done with it. So it's going to be live in a couple of weeks as well. And then we've also got,
I'll just jump in there. I think it's important because we sell a lot of deals on AppSumo, and we want to make sure that all the tools are interacting with each other. So I love that you're doing that.
Yeah, we got to have that because there's so many apps out there. We want to make sure that it's easy for people to integrate their existing tools. And we also wanted to introduce an API, Chris. So this allows you to build custom tools if you're a developer, up to you. But we are adding on more endpoints as well as we go, but that's for automations. Additionally, Chris, you can also chat with your team members. You can invite your clients in, chat with them as well. There's a nice contact management system, which I'll show you in a little bit. It's companies, tasks, a little project management tool integrated into NinjaPipe as well. We've got some marketing tools here, some sales tools. So I'll dig a little deeper here, Chris. So first of all, I want to start off with our workflow designer. So I want to go back to what I said earlier, which is simplicity and user friendliness and being easy for anyone to understand. As you can probably immediately tell what this workflow does, it's super simple to understand. We've got triggers over here that execute on certain conditions. I've already got a trigger, so there's a couple more you can add here. For example, when a contact comes into your CRM, kick off an email sequence. sequence, send out a text message, say hi, something like that. We've also got actions like send email, SMS, and a WhatsApp message, schedule an appointment with them, create a task, and a lot more. So, Chris, we've actually got 2 automation engineers just solely working on this page alone. Because I think it's such an important feature in NinjaPipe. There's a lot of things we want to improve. And I'm super excited about this feature because it really will help a lot of businesses save money and time. And that's something that's super important to me. Then, as I can probably guide you through a couple of scenarios as well, potentially what you can use workflow for. One thing I can think of is imagine you have an opt-in form somewhere or a Facebook ad or something like that, and a customer opts in by putting their name, email, phone number. Immediately, I would say create a workflow to send out a text message saying, "Hey, Jeremy, thanks for putting in your details. Excited to jump on a call with you. Here's your TidyCal link. Here's your Calendly," and that sort of thing. Another scenario would be you want to follow up on leads you haven't spoken to in a while. Say before they get called. I'm sure the sales teams here can relate to this, Chris. You got to get to your leads fast, and sometimes you're not fast enough. In that case, you got to follow up. So follow-up sequences is another thing you can use this for, Chris. And there's so many other scenarios. Additionally, I would say you can use this for internal team use as well, Chris. So imagine you want to assign tasks to your team members. That's something I would use workflow as well. So there's a lot more you can generate with this.
Yeah, I also find as well. I've previously had a podcast. I think
Yeah,
podcasters would love to have NinjaPipe tool because you're
right.
always building relationships with new people, and then
Yeah,
you forget about your guests, so you have to continue to build that relationship. And I
exactly.
see NinjaPipe working really well. There are some questions here, so let's just see if there's anything relevant to this part. Does NinjaPipe have user role-based permission settings? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we actually shipped that again. Sumo feedback. I love Sumo links for this. They brought in this idea of having specific custom roles and privileges assigned to team members. We have that. We shipped that 5 days ago. So that way, the administrator can control visibility of all our features.
and then I'm pulling up a question from Ken. What was
Yeah.
that list of integration engines, and is there a LinkedIn integration?
We're going to have a LinkedIn integration soon, but for now, what we actually depend on is the past partners. So we got Zapier, Pabbly. Like I said, there's going to be Make, Integrately. There's going to be Active Pieces, Alberto, and a couple others as well. So that's what I would use this for currently in terms of connecting other apps. But maybe there'll be a LinkedIn native integration as well, Chris, eventually.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, we prefer native.
definitely.
Okay, back to
Awesome.
you.
All right, awesome. One last thing I want to show you here, Chris, is you can connect your email accounts as well. So you can connect Outlook, SMTP, Gmail, and a couple other providers soon as well. So essentially, you can connect your own email address instead of using a generate custom NP one. Another thing is we've got an email designer, which is pretty feature rich at this point. You can design with dynamic variables and pretty much write it the way you like. If you want to bring in your own templates, there's an HTML editor as well, so that way you can copy paste all your styling and it'll just kick off. I do want to say I want to bring in templates to this within the next couple of weeks, worst case within a month, so that you can pick from a design as well. So that's for future plans.
Ooh, templates,
Awesome.
lovely. There was one question from Petra. I do want to get that covered. Is I want to know what kind of local businesses will benefit from this the most.
Depends.
Yeah.
Brick and mortar businesses can definitely make use of this. But if I were to just give you an example off the top of my head, I've got one user who joined initially like 2 years back. They're still using. It's a cafe here in Melbourne. I actually went to them and I showed them the software and got them to use it. But they use it for promotional activities, just sending out bulk SMS to their clientele and giving them little goodies during Christmas and that sort of thing. I've also got another user who's running a salon. It's like a barbershop kind of thing, but they use it to book appointments for their customers. So the sky is the limit for this. Yeah, Chris, I would say it can be used for many businesses.
Yeah, I think once you explore, you get to see. Oh, okay, this is the potential for my business. I think that's why
Exactly.
it's always worth trying things, and
Yep.
you have the 60-day money back guarantee, so you can try it. If it feels like a fit, then great. Then it's going to be NinjaPipe for life.
That's right.
Um, okay, back to you.
Awesome. So I want to show you the contact database, Chris, and a little bit more about how the contacts look like in the CRM. As you can see, we want to keep it simple as possible for every single interface. We don't want to clog it with too many things, make it complicated, but you get a real nice overview of your contacts, and you can bulk import. For example, if you're currently using another CRM, you want to easily switch to NinjaPipe, you can do that. If you got CSV files or anything like that, you can immediately migrate. And most importantly, you have control over your data. So we actually rolled out a lot of features to permanently delete everything, just get rid of data as well. So we've added that as well. And then if I were to dig deeper into, for example, Sophia Green's profile on my CRM, this is what a contact would look like in the CRM. And there's a couple of things I want to highlight here. If you got deals going on with certain customers, they'll show up here. So which makes it super easy, Chris, to sort of see what the relationship of that customer is to your business. If you got multiple projects running with that customer, different quotations and things like that. Another thing that's super important is custom fields. So you can create your own custom fields apart from the ones we provide. And you can create your own drop downs, checkboxes, your basic CRM tasks are possible. And then you can have internal notes, discussions with your team members private to your team. You can assign tasks, upload documents. And there's one particular feature here, Chris, that gets me super excited, and that's client portals. So Chris, like I'm sure you know that like certain agencies have a lot of clients that they work with on a month-to-month basis, right? So for those kind of businesses, they want to provide their users with a branded experience. So for example, if you're running an agency, imagine inviting your clientele into a branded experience with your logo, possibly your domain, and then give them a very simple interface where they see their tasks, notes, and documents and things like that. That's possible with NinjaPipe as well. So to give you a little overview of what your clients will see, this is exactly what Sophia would see if she signs into her client portal. So you as the owner, Chris, you can share different notes with your customers. You can upload files for Sophia, and you can share links, and you can even chat with your client. And soon enough, we can have a lot more features coming in here. So another exciting feature I'm excited about is CNAME. So you'll be able to get rid of our domain completely, put your own, pretty much white label it in a way, and give it to your customers. That's another feature I'm excited about, Chris.
And is that something that's going to be available for all tiers?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect.
Anything I mentioned moving forward, any new features available across the board. So that's something I want to stress on. I don't want to, keep the Sumo links away from any future goodies that we release.
Perfect. And this view that we've got is great for like adding more. Well, you get a lot more data collection this way if you just keep submitting invoices, or you want to communicate with them, do it via this way, and then it's just
That's correct.
building in on the CRM side.
That's correct. One other really awesome feature that came from the Sumo community, Chris, is a couple Sumo links requested having invoices and quotes immediately synced into client portals, which I think is a solid idea, and we immediately got to work. We're actually releasing that in a couple of days as well. So that way you can create a quote and share it with Sophia and a few others. So that's going to be a very important feature as well for a lot of businesses, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm aware there's a lot of questions coming in, so we'll answer a couple now and then we go on. Can I integrate my WordPress contact form to add as a lead/contact?
Yeah. So there are three ways to do that already. The first way is you can use a past partner that I mentioned earlier. But if you don't use a past partner, the second way is we've got inbound webhooks to NinjaPipe. We call it data bins. So with data bins, you get a unique link where you can post data to NinjaPipe from external sources. So that's an awesome way to collect data. But third feature is what gets me really excited, and we are almost done with it, but we'll be releasing it in a couple of weeks as well, which is a native WordPress plugin for NinjaPipe. So essentially what it does is you can install it onto your WordPress site, And then it'll collect all the data that you want to sync with NinjaPipe, shoot it over immediately. You don't have to do a thing, and it's very non-technical. And we're actually doing the same thing for Shopify as well. We're coming out with the Shopify plugin, so you can sync all your store data, orders, and things like that. So again, these are in the roadmap, and they're really high in priority. So you'll see that pretty soon.
And that's why they call you a ninja.
We try.
Yeah. Do you
Right.
envision do you envision in the future having a map for sending potential leads like Salesforce?
What do you mean by that?
There's a question here. Let's just try and break it down.
Sure.
Philippe, can you
Oh,
make this question a little bit clearer? Um,
right. So
Thank you.
I'm guessing it's a feature in Salesforce where you can send data or something like that to clients or leads. I can think of a few ways you can do that. One is what we're looking at right now, client portals, and the second way is using a workflow automation where you can send details and things like that to your leads.
Perfect. And then Lisa's got a couple of questions.
Sure.
Do you plan to have a relational data architecture, especially for businesses?
Absolutely. So that's coming soon. I would say this relates to data bins, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, which is our inbound, data collection method. But we're introducing a way where you can set up a structure for that data. So instead of just dumping a lot of JSON, I want users to be able to structure where exactly that data goes within NinjaPipe, so that you can, sort of almost automate all the data that's coming in, and you don't have to do anything manually. We've also got custom fields already, which is the second question here. So custom data is embeddable to your contacts and deals, and we're actually extending it to every single feature as well. So I hope that answers that question, Chris.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
We'll stop the questions for now, and we'll continue with the demo.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, feel free to stop me anytime. But another thing I want to drive your focus towards, Chris, is the form designer, which is actually inbuilt within NinjaPipe as well. So one of the things that, just to take a step back from this, I really want businesses to stop wasting their time switching tabs or having multiple tools and spending a lot of money on multiple tools. I want everything to be centralized. And we're a long way away from the ideal scenario. There's a lot more that I want to do there, but it's a start right now where we're trying to bring in forms and the inbound webhooks, the automations, CRM sales in one place, so that everything works really well with each other in the same ecosystem. So driving your focus here, you'll see a form designer where you can create custom forms here. You can add different questionnaires. You can customize all of that from the right-hand side. You can change the look and feel of it, and you can immediately share this with people or embed this within your site as well, so that people can, if you're running a site, you probably just embed this. You can collect the responses immediately, and this is what it looks like. And you can design these forms however you like. And you'll also be excited to know that we're introducing a bunch of triggers as well to Workflow Designer, which makes it easy for you to kick off automations when people respond to your forms, which I think is a super important feature to have.
Yeah. It's all about data collection at this point.
Absolutely.
I think there was a question in here about appointments. So could you
Yep.
have when you book through TidyCal, there's a form to fill out.
Yeah.
Do you have that option as well to book appointments through NinjaPipe? And then
Yeah. So currently, Chris, the way it integrates with TidyCal and Calendly is through the link. But I understand what this question means, where essentially you sort of like have a native integration with TidyCal, which we are going to look into as well. So we don't want to build our own calendar appointment system. TidyCal is awesome. It's a Sumo product as well. We really want to support that. So what I'm planning to do is pretty much like build a native integration with TidyCal and make it easy. So that's basically in the roadmap at this point. I would say you can expect that somewhere towards October at this point.
perfect.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So moving forward, I'll show you a little bit about the webhooks that I spoke about earlier. So this has been a massive discussion between the community members in our Facebook group, where they needed a way to get data into NinjaPipe as easy as possible, and then also get data out when certain actions happen. So we have inbound webhooks and outbound webhooks. So the data bins is what you're looking at right now. These came from a web form on a landing page. So when customers submit that data, we immediately shoot that over to the data bin. So you just collect it in a bin. And then you can kick off automations if you want to using the workflow designer. So the next thing we added was pretty much the outbound external webhook. So with this, Chris, you can add different webhooks to your other apps. You might be using Slack, Discord, or other things. You can put that link in here, and when a contact added, for example, we shoot that. So that way, you sort of have a really nice data sync in and out of NinjaPipe, which I think is pretty useful for a lot of businesses.
I agree.
Yeah. Can I ask questions?
There are no on Philip. There was a question. This is a recap of the question.
Okay.
Drop pins on maps for D2D or B2B.
Got you.
Let's see if we go back to the main question. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I
Okay.
think I don't know if I spoke to Chris, but was this Philip? Yeah,
This was Philip.
Philip, yeah. So there was a person who suggested this. So we might add that, where essentially, Chris, it's like a map of all where your leads are, and you can see where most of them are aggregated. We might do that as well if a lot of community members want that. The second question here, which is the sort of the history view, I'm guessing that's what they mean. So we're introducing a feature to the contact view where you can see, for example, Sophia here. All your contact points with Sophia, when you emailed them, when you had a call with them, and it's going to have a nice timeline view. Now, again, this is an awesome feature that came out of the Sumo community after we launched. So again, we're almost done with it. I would say give it a couple of weeks, and once the QAs are happy, it's yours to use. So yeah.
Well, you were always shipping. You were always shipping features. So
always. Awesome. So, Chris, I want to drive your attention to its pipelines. So we call these pipelines because you could use it for different purposes. They're basically a Kanban board or a swim lane format for different things. I see this being used for hiring purposes, for shortlisting candidates, or for sales tracking, where essentially you can see where your prospects are, the contacted stage, qualified stage, and so on and so forth, or even like content planning on your social media, anything really. So with this, Chris, you can design your own columns and drag your cards through them. And what gets me excited is we're actually about to launch Pipelines 2.0, which completely redesigns this, makes it better, because we got a lot of feedback from Sumo Links to improve certain points in this, make it better, make it more user-friendly. So the next version of this actually introduces deal cards, contact cards, and a lot more different features to this, which makes it super easy. But essentially, this is how you would use it, and you can track different details, priorities, people who are using or actually assigned to this task, attachments and comments and things like that. This is a feature that's still being improved. Pipeline 2.0 is a step in the right direction. We're actually introducing a lot more project management tools to NinjaPipe as well. So helps you basically, run anything in your business and plan it, I would say. That's what you would use this for. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention as well, this is an early product. So what you're getting is, I don't know, is it 1 year or 2 year old?
It's 2 years.
2 years old. So you're investing in their NinjaPipe success as well. So if you have more feature requests, just submit them to the AppSumo deal page or NinjaPipe, and just watch as it evolves. And like Dinuka is saying, she's shipping products all the time. It's this. The CRM here is automation. So do you plan on setting it up so that you can automate when prospects move to contact to qualified? Is that something that's part of the 2.0 version?
So glad you touched into this, because we're about to ship that tonight. So tonight we're shipping a new trigger to workflows that allows you to move these cards automatically, which has been a heavy request with the community. So again, we got to work. We're delivering. We ship daily, and that's sort of our KPI within the team. And we love shipping daily. We love adding incremental improvements to NinjaPipe on a daily basis. But that's definitely possible after tonight as well, Chris.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just want to share some compliments. I really love the good energy that the NinjaPipe team has.
Yeah.
And then there was another one earlier. Let's just pull it up because I think that's cool. Um, from Trey. I am very excited in this product and the name is super cool. I too would like to transition from Go high level if this meets my needs for automation. So, could we just touch on the difference between Go high level, and NinjaPipe? Is there any major difference and reason why they should probably switch to NinjaPipe while it's on AppSumo?
Absolutely. So Go High Level has been in the industry for a while now. They're quite popular. I would say it's part of the giants. I would say, I mean, they're quite popular. They've been adopted. So one of the things I would say in comparison that we have as an advantage is usability and how easy it is to use it. So I personally explored Go High Level as well. You kind of need to know what you're doing to use it. Not for everything, there are simple features as well, but I want to make sure that NinjaPipe is approachable, like I said earlier. But in comparison, one thing that we need to improve on is having our own landing page designer, which I think is something we don't have right now, but it's in the works. It was actually proposed as well as a feature. So I would say expect that to its Q4 of this year because it is a giant feature. Landing page designer is heavy on development, but I want to get it to you guys as fast as we can. And in comparison, I would say everything else we do have in terms of the features. But on that, Chris, one thing that I learned out of this launch is not to have quantity, but quality. So there has been a lot of tough love and feedback that came my way. So shout out to a lot of awesome community members that came from AppSumo who actually spoke to me directly. They DM'd me and actually had even Zoom calls with them. What they told me was, don't say yes to every feature. There's going to be a lot of features coming your way. Dinuka, don't say yes to every feature. Instead, focus on what you have and focus on the quality. So on that, Chris, I really want to focus on quality moving forward, but I'll try to get as much features as I can.
Yeah, yeah. There's going to be a lot, just like what you
Yeah,
said, and you just have to decide which ones take
absolutely.
priority. The Sam has brought up a really good point here. Can we go into a little bit more detail about the tasks tab and how it works slash integrates with
Absolutely.
the sales pipeline?
Sure. So the tasks feature, I would say, is a simple project management feature that's built into NinjaPipe. There's a lot of features that we love to have there. For example, if you're familiar with Jira and other task management platforms, there's a lot of features that they have that we need to add on to. But I would say it's a simple way to manage all your tasks, and then you can just assign it to team members. But I would say leave some room for improvement in that case because NinjaPipe is not meant to be used as a project management tool first. It's meant to be a CRM and sales platform. But we do have, sorry, I forgot to switch over to this tab. We do have that. So you have a simple task management system. You can assign it to team members. You can track their deliveries. We're actually adding a lot more features here. There's going to be comments. There's going to be attachments coming soon as well. But I would say if you're heavy on project management, consider having a different project management tool and instead connect NinjaPipe to it. But if you're happy with basic project management, go for it. Yeah, we're gonna add more tools to this.
Yeah, I think what
Yeah,
you said before is that your specialty is, or what you want it to be for NinjaPipe, is CRM and
exactly.
sales. So all the
Yep.
other platforms you're hoping to integrate with, so that they can also be the the
Perfect.
experts
Connect.
in that area. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
um,
Awesome.
I'll leave it. I'll leave the rest of the demo to you, and then
Sounds good. All right. So for the sales team members who are in the chat right now, this would be an interesting feature for you. I think a very useful feature as well. Deals. So deals and projects and new business that you bring in. I want to make sure that it's super easy for you to track them, their value in your business, their priority, the people who are assigned to this deal, the notes, the discussions, and the documents. So this is something we're still improving. Obviously, everything is being improved, but I would say what you can expect here is essentially a one pager on different projects that you're currently working on, their timelines, and exactly the sort of the swim lane that that project went through before it was closed or lost or whatever the stage is. So it's a very easy way to see an overview of where a certain project is. And I'm open for suggestions for the sales experts on the chat. Please reach out to me directly and give me your feedback on what exactly you want to see here. And I'd love to evolve this in the weeks to come. So yeah, that's another feature that we got here.
Awesome, awesome.
So,
There, I don't think there's any more
yeah,
questions about that, but if there is, please chuck them in. Um, Philippe has got another good question. What are the affiliate programs that will be deployed in 2 weeks? And do you intend to open a partnership program? Oh, this.
yeah. So we have a perpetual sort of affiliate program coming in soon. I'll announce the percentage. It's somewhere between 30 to 40% perpetually. So that's coming out within 2 weeks. We're still working on it. With that, you can bring in your clients, existing clients, and introduce them to NinjaPipe, and then have sort of a ongoing partnership with NinjaPipe to earn via NinjaPipe as well. So it's in the works. It's coming out soon.
And I think somebody else has mentioned something about white labeling. Is that
Yeah.
available? And how many clients can we enroll?
Awesome. So, Chris, this is something that I wanted to talk about later, but I'm super pumped about this feature that we are coming out with at the end of this month. So, when we launched NinjaPipe, Chris, it was meant to be sort of a single business CRM and sales platform. So, if you have a single business, you can definitely manage it. But a lot of Sumo links, and it's surprising how many. It's been like 70 to 80% of Sumo links wanted workspaces, multiple workspaces. So we decided, you know what? Let's chuck it in. Let's build it because they need it. We can't ignore it. So we're introducing multiple workspaces option to NinjaPipe the last week of this month. So tier 3 specifically will get unlimited workspaces. You can have white label different workspaces to all your clients. And then you can change the CNAME functionality. There's branding and all kinds of stuff that come with it. But I do want to stress on one thing there. Use it responsibly if you're planning on reselling it, because on a lifetime plan, it's a little bit costly for us to manage all the resold licenses. And I do want to introduce a white label plan for it. So just so NinjaPipe can survive, because I don't want NinjaPipe to go down. It's my baby. I want it to survive for as long as it can, and then grow to become the first choice CRM. That's my goal. So to make sure we get there, I really want to make sure that we use it responsibly if you're planning on reselling it.
Yeah. Do you have enterprise plans?
We do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We currently
Okay.
have enterprise plans on a monthly basis. But if you want to resell it, get in touch with me. We can definitely work some mutually beneficial method of doing that.
Perfect.
Yeah. Awesome. I've got 3 more features to walk you through, Chris. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but one other important feature, I think, is quotes and invoices. So a lot of businesses generate invoices and quotes for their clients, and we've got a really easy designer that allows you to do just that. You got itemized specifics. You can set discounts, and you can customize your branding and that sort of thing. So you can shoot it out to your customers. You can generate the PDFs. One other awesome feature that we're coming out with in October, I would say mid-October, is e-signatures. So that way you can generate your invoice or your quote, shoot it out to your clients, get it signed right within NinjaPipe. Still in the works, it's in development. I would say expect that in October. With that, again, you don't have to leave to 10 other apps to get this done. You can do it right within NinjaPipe. That's the goal. So yeah.
Yeah. That's powerful. And then the data is collected inside of NinjaPipe.
Yeah.
It's all like it is all in one platform.
Centralized. Absolutely. Yep. And next, I want to show you the sales dashboard, Chris. So with the sales dashboard, there's a nice segregation between CRM and sales here, because some people just prefer being here and tracking the numbers and seeing the orders. So this is really great if you want to track, how much your company has, moved the needle in terms of revenue, or if you're running stores, online stores like e-commerce businesses. Like I mentioned earlier, we're coming out with a plugin for Shopify and WordPress that makes it easy to sync all your orders and everything into NinjaPipe. So once that comes through, you can, store owners, for example, you can connect it, track all your sales from one dashboard. So that's the goal with this. And additionally, you've got budget management, products, orders, and things like that. And everything you've seen so far, Chris, is available on mobile. So, like I said earlier, mobile is top priority for us. So we want to sync web with mobile as much as we can. And there are some features we are missing right now. I agree. There's pipelines that should be added to mobile and workflow designer. Two really hard features to build, but we're coming out with it in the next couple of weeks as well, Chris. And you can use NinjaPipe on the go on tablets, Android, iOS, you name it. We'll try to be there.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I think
Yeah,
there's a couple of tools that I've been really happy to have as mobile apps. So
yeah.
that's powerful. You've got a fan. You've got a fan here. You've got a fan with a lot of us on the live stream.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah. And then your Gus has, sorry for pronouncing your name wrong, has just commended you for your courage to compete with other CRM and automation tools.
Yeah, there are giants out there. So we got a long runway to catch up on. We're 2 years old, but we've got big dreams, and we're going to go after it, and we're here to stay. So it's going to take some time, obviously, to make it perfect and make it robust for every kind of business. But this is what gets me up in the morning, and my entire team is just as passionate. I make sure I vet them really well, even more than their skill. I need passion in my team, and they're so passionate about making this awesome. And I mean, there are giants out there. We're infants, I know that. But over time, we're going to catch up, and it's going to be undeniable that it's going to be your first choice CRM eventually. Well, I'll try my best to get there as fast as I can.
No, that's great. That's great. I think passion and enthusiasm goes a long way, and skills can be taught. So,
Great.
quick question: are you hiring?
I am currently, yeah. So we've got a really good set of engineers currently, but at this rate of user acquisition, we might need more sales people coming in to, cover all the sales side of things or the customer support. But we are hiring. It's on our webpage. If you ever want to work with us, yeah, drop in an email.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was good to mention that as well. And so there's a couple questions about the mobile apps. One is, will it be white labelable?
So it's kind of tricky in the mobile space to white label apps because you kind of need to have your own app on App Store and Google Play. But what we've tried to do is if you rebrand your NinjaPipe and put your own logo on it, if your clients download the app and sign into your account, they're going to see all your logos and all your names. That's the best we can do because App Store regulates apps, so you kind of have to launch your own app. It's very tricky, but we'll do our best to facilitate this, but there are some red tapes we need to dodge with the app stores. But when it comes to web, it's our domain. We can do whatever we want to facilitate white labeling.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then is the mobile version syncing contacts from the phone to the CRM and can it send reminders?
Yeah, if you want to. So if you want to, there's an option on the mobile app where you can import all your existing contacts. And I mean, mobile and web works together. So anything you sync on mobile obviously syncs immediately to web and vice versa. So it's meant to be a literal mobile tool. So when you're out and about, you should be able to track your sales and your customers on the go. That's the whole point of having mobile. And funny enough, through the AppSumo launch, I met a very interesting user. So this gentleman was running a very rural sort of electric sort of I don't know what it was, like a repairing company in Australia. So this gentleman usually travels to rural areas, and he wanted to use NinjaPipe on the go. And what's funny about rural areas in Australia is that there's no reception. So NinjaPipe is a cloud-based app, so meaning that there's no way to sync, right? So I spoke to my team, and we wanted to build a offline syncing tool just for this customer so that we can support more people like that. So we might come out with a feature where there's offline syncing as well. So if you are someone who goes underground for some reason or into rural areas,
Off
you should
map.
be able to use NinjaPipe.
Yeah. No, that's a really cool feature. And
Yeah,
talking to customers, you figure out, okay, well, this business
yeah,
needs this business needs this, and I think
absolutely.
the offline syncing is a really cool feature.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Um, then this question is more like general. Will there be tutorials on YouTube in the future, and will you be hosting like your own events to support customers?
Chris, I gotta say, I'm so guilty about this because I feel like we should have had more tutorials before launching because I realized it's something that we are lacking. And I'm working on fixing it right now. I actually hired a content creator full time to do this. So they're working on this. So we're coming out with a bunch of tutorials on a weekly basis. We're gonna host some webinars and things like that. So I'll try my best to make up for the lost time and for people who struggle with it. But we are here if you need support. So reach out to me directly at j@NinjaPipe. You can talk to me directly or DM me on Facebook or talk to my awesome customer support team. But I promise we'll come up with some awesome series on YouTube as well soon.
Plus, this is a perfect replay that you can share with them.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't got any questions, but I am. I think it's important we touch on the tiers. So, is there any other part of NinjaPipe that you think is important to know, or let's just quickly go over best practices?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, I want to say I'm a Zoomerling myself, and I really don't want to change the tiers later. That's something I would absolutely hate to see a SaaS do. So everything you see right now is only getting better because we introduce features to every tier. And specifically, tier 3 will get unlimited to almost all the features we launch in the future as well. And we will never change any feature. We will never downgrade you. And that's a promise. You have this video as proof. And I'll try my best to sort of facilitate tier 1 and 2 in terms of the limits as well in a method that makes sense to us revenue wise. But yeah, best practices. Sorry, I forgot to touch on that, Chris. Is like I mentioned earlier, if you're planning on reselling it, do it responsibly, because I mean it's going to cost a lot. But so get in touch with me if you're planning on reselling. We'll work something out.
Awesome. So that's j@ninjapipe.com.
j@ninjapipe.com or support@ninjapipe.com if you want to reach my team.
Perfect. I think Lisa has just said it again. Wow, the genuine enthusiasm to help. So whoop.
Oh, that's nice.
So
yeah.
Is there anything specific on these tiers that you want to call out? Well, tier 3 is unlimited everything, but is there anything here that's there's the difference between tier 1 is 3 users and teammates, compared to 20 users, and what would be your unlimited users, like 100 plus?
Oh, it could be, yeah. So we wanted to make sure that it's approachable, accessible to different kinds of businesses. There are solopreneurs who don't have team members. I would say tier 1 is perfect for you, but if you're planning on hiring in the future, might as well go for T2 or T3. And there are enterprises who are looking for tools like this. This is the reason that I wanted to introduce T3 with Unlimited, because they do have heavy limits that they want to hit. And I don't want the limit to be sort of the reason that you don't want to use NinjaPipe. So this is the reason I wanted to introduce Unlimited for T3. And I crunched the numbers. It's totally doable for us, and we can handle it. Especially with the affiliate program coming in as well. And given that we already have good MRR, so we've been in operation for 2 years using MRR. So this is the first time that we are doing a lifetime deal and exclusive on AppSumo. So yeah, so that's the thing. So we can definitely support T3 in that case. Yeah.
Awesome. There's a really good question that's come up, which is important to ask. Can we do multiple businesses?
That's the workspace feature I mentioned earlier. So with workspaces that's coming out end of this month, you should be able to create multiple workspaces, assign it to multiple businesses, again, rebrand it the way you like. So that's coming out this month.
Perfect. Let's just see. Do we have any immediate questions on AppSumo? Can we integrate Insight.io?
I'm not familiar with that tool, but I'm sure we will integrate it if you have Zapier or Pabbly or any other tool that we're going to introduce in the next couple of weeks. So this is where I would say, instead of having native tools for every single thing, we rely on our past partners to do this, because there's so many apps coming out every single day. But for the most popular ones, I would say we're going to build native tools. So one thing you can do is if you go to feedback.ninjapipe.com, you can suggest features and the community can upvote on it. And moving forward, that's something we want to do. And I urge you to join the Facebook group. We've got a very active Facebook group with a lot of awesome people, and they actually do submit a lot of features and ideas as well. So I heavily rely on the roadmap as well as the feature requests here to build future features. So feel free to do that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have a public roadmap people can submit and see what's coming. And I mean, you're releasing new things all the time and on a
Yeah.
daily basis. So I think Petra just wanted to get some more clarity on the difference between workplace and reseller.
Right. So I would say you're free to white label this with workplaces. You're free to do that. I'm not going to stop you either. So you can definitely white label it, change your logo, use the CNAME feature to change the domain and give it to your clients. You're free to resell it as well. But my only thing with lifetime deals is do it responsibly. If you sell to 100 people and it's one lifetime deal, it's going to hurt us. So I want to survive this. So if you want to do that though on a mass scale, get in touch with us and we can work out a deal. That's what I want to tap into
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
And then from Sunny, we'll just cover a couple more questions and then we'll come
Yep.
to a close.
So
What payment gateway are you using for clients to make payment on invoices?
currently, what we have is a manual invoicing system, which is going to change pretty soon. So through the AppSumo launch, again, another suggestion was to integrate Stripe directly to NinjaPipe, which is something my dev team is currently working on. So I would give it a month until you see this feature because we want to get it right. Because with payments, there's a lot of things that we need to cover, especially if you're generating payment links, you're sending us subscription packages to your clients. You'll be able to do that within NinjaPipe within a month. So you don't have to switch between Stripe and NinjaPipe. It'll be in NinjaPipe. And I want to extend to Square and a couple more payment platforms, PayPal as well. But I would say give us a bit of time to do it gradually. I don't want to really overwhelm the users and my team, but I would say realistically, all of this will happen within Q4 of this year.
Yeah, I think we have to remember that we're users
Yep.
and you're the software founder and you're creating all these amazing features for us. But it doesn't always take it takes longer to get something
That's right.
launched. So
That's right.
patience as well. And
Yeah.
you're doing incredible. So
Thank
there's another question here. We'll have independent sign-in functions for each workspace.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're going to have a dedicated signing pretty much. So imagine rebranding it, changing the domain, everything. So it's going to have its own sign in, and sign up and all that. So which makes it very easy for you to, pretty much rebrand it and give it to your clients. And NinjaPipe is not, shown anywhere in those workspaces. So that's going to be pretty useful if you have agencies, for example.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time. We're coming up close to the hour, so I think we've had a great time to go over the product demo and then answer some of your questions. If you have any remaining questions or your questions didn't get answered, just go over to appsumo/products/NinjaPipe. You'll be able to submit your questions right at the bottom of the page. And then if you love NinjaPipe, please go and support NinjaPipe by leaving a review. This review has to be honest. So if there's a part of it that you really want, like this is a place to submit your feature requests as well, and just share the love because the Ninja Pipe are lovely. They're so enthusiastic. Do you have any final words for aspiring software founders and for your users?
I would say honestly, building a great product involves a community, and that's the most important thing that I got out of AppSumo launch. I'll be very honest, because the people that came from AppSumo are incredibly helpful. One thing that I saw as a distinction between MRR customers versus AppSumo customers is that AppSumo customers take pride in owning a product, and they sort of become evangelists, and they feel like they're part of the team. I love that. And a lot of them actually spoke to me through direct DMs, Zoom calls, and it's awesome to see how passionate they are about building this tool to be great eventually. And this is the most important thing about community-driven products. So if you're a founder, I would say put your community first and listen to them. In 2018, I was more of a founder-driven product developer, so I always built things that I found cool, but I didn't listen to the community. So that's something I fixed along the way. Now I listen to the community first, and I put my ego aside, and I go build it, because ultimately it's the users who are going to use it. So so there's that. I would say that's my only advice to founders. That really
Perfect.
helps.
And hire enthusiastic people.
Oh, yeah, that's that.
So thanks again for taking the time, and we just wanted to quickly mention that from now until August the 19th, we've got 15 exclusive deals available on AppSumo just for Plus members. So Plus members get access to 10% off everything on store. And then if you sign up, you'll also have $100 towards coupons throughout the year towards deals. But these 15 exclusive deals are only available during Plus Day, so definitely worth looking out for. And later this morning at 11 a.m. and at 12 p.m., so noon, we're having some Plus exclusive webinars with Blue and Closely. So be sure to join them if you're a Plus member. And
Awesome.
I'll just go back to Dinuka. Thank you so much for joining me, and see you all at the next Meet the Founders live demo.
Yeah, super grateful for the opportunity, Chris.